Welcome. In front of me is a Samsung Galaxy Z Flip3, and today I'll show you how to go through the setup process of the device. Now, when you boot it up for the first time, you'll be presented with this screen right over here with basically welcoming all kinds of different languages. So let's just select this button right here, start. As you can see, welcome, finally changed to English, and then choose our desired language. So I'll be sticking with English. I have connect to mobile network, so right now you would insert a SIM card. Now this step is completely optional and you don't actually have to do this, but you will need to connect to either mobile network or Wi-Fi when you're doing this for the first time. Like if the device is straight out of the box, you do need to connect to some kind of network for unknown reason really. I'm guessing it's because of maybe warranty activation. It needs to connect just to activate it. But let's be honest, no other device does that, and they still manage to somehow give you your warranty. Samsung needs to be, I guess, special in their own right. So either insert a SIM card or connect to Wi-Fi. Now, because I already did set up this device previously and it's been resetted, I don't actually have to, so I can skip both of those steps, which you will see in a second. Now, once you go past the SIM insert, you will have some few legal items to review. So we have end user license agreement and optional sending of diagnostic data. Obviously this is optional, so you don't actually have to select it. You can also tap on details to learn exactly what you're agreeing to here. Along with the license agreement, you can also tap on the details to see the entire agreement right here. But at the end of the day, you do need to select only the end user license agreement as a requirement to proceed further. And there's the Wi-Fi connection. So as you can see, I do have a skip button, but like I mentioned, if the device for you is straight out of the box and never unpacked before, that skip button is not accessible to you for some reason. So you will need to connect to Wi-Fi or mobile. And by doing so, the device will also force you to restart. So once you do that, don't worry, it's normal for your device to reboot. Samsung obviously, basically, there is only one other manufacturer that does things like that, but I have no clue why would that need to be the case. So yeah, so I'm gonna skip it right now. And then we have copy apps and the data option. So this will obviously allow you to move over your older data from your older device to this new one. Now again, this is optional. You don't actually have to move your stuff over if you don't want to. Obviously, there's also other ways you can move it by connecting it to the computer and just copying things like that you want. You don't actually have to like clone the phone in a way. So I will select don't copy, which brings me to date and time. Now, I will mention that if you connect it to any kind of network, this will not even show up for you. This is only for the people that did not connect to any kind of network, so a Wi-Fi nor data or roaming. Whatever you want to call it, this will show up. So because I didn't, as you can see, I will need to fix up my time. So if you have it the same way, just select the time, choose the correct one, which for me it's 1:30 something, 36, so there we go, good enough, and I can tap on next. Then we have Google services, so we have location, scanning, and sending user and diagnostic data. Now you can tap on these arrows right here, here, and here to extend the list, just so you can see exactly what this function does. And at the end of the day, if you don't like it, you can simply disable it. But briefly going over them, location allows applications to access your GPS location. So, for instance, applications like Google Maps can give you an accurate route to your destination if you're using this as a GPS navigation. Then allows scanning, basically allows the device to scan for nearby signals like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and other ones. And below that we have sending user and diagnostic data, which is one that I don't actually like and probably can disable it without feeling any kind of difference. So what this does is gathers data on you and sends it to Google so they can quote-unquote improve the usability of the device, so your experience with ads can be even greater. Let's just call it as it is. So obviously I'm going to disable this one. Now you can disable these as well, but if you disable them and later on you try to use Google Maps as an example, it will tell you that it's off and you need to turn it on to actually use it correctly. Now you still can use Maps as an example without GPS navigation. You'll just see the map, but you won't know where you are positioned on it. So let's scroll down and select accept, which brings us to the protect your phone option. So here we have option to set up a face recognition, fingerprint, and PIN pattern or password. Now, if you want to choose any of the first two, like face recognition or fingerprint, you are still required to set up PIN, pattern, or password. That is so if something happens with either the camera or your face or your finger or the fingerprint sensor, you still have some other way of unlocking the device that isn't dependent on things changing, like your face or finger as an example. So you can choose whichever one you want. If you go with face recognition or fingerprint, it will automatically prompt you to set up one of those three, but I'm just gonna go straight up with the pattern right here, and once I choose it, as you can see, it doesn't do any extra steps. So all I need to do is draw my pattern, continue, redraw the same pattern once more, and confirm, and this will set it up now. And then we have a Samsung account. That's when Samsung starts to add their absolute garbage applications and really wants you to believe that their applications are great. So if you try to skip it, it does give you this pop-up, skip out on all this? All this, yeah. Like we don't have any alternatives that are way better than what Samsung provides. And just quickly going over those, because it is kind of annoying considering some of those applications come with ads for some unknown reason. Considering you paid a premium price for the device, you still have ads in your application. So we have Samsung Cloud, which is covered by obviously Google Cloud. We have Bixby, Hey Google. We have Galaxy Team, entire Play Store. Find My Mobile, Find My Device from Google. What else there? Samsung Pass. I don't think Google has a name for it, but it does give you an option to save your password, because that's basically what it is, a saving of your password. Then we have Galaxy Store, obviously the entirety of Google Play Store, which comes with way more applications than this trash comes with. And then we have Secure Folder, which is their protective folder. Now, Google does have it as well. Now, this might be the only thing that is probably better than the Google, because the device does have a max protection, which is some kind of better protecting of your device. So it might be harder to crack this if someone really wants to get into your data. And additionally, going back to the Play Store, or Galaxy Store, my bad. Galaxy Store does have applications that are strictly Galaxy exclusive, which you can only download through their application, but that is like some of their beta applications and some weird ones that you probably won't need, assuming they're not already installed on your device, but thought I would mention that. So let's skip right here, which brings us to the next warning here. So take care of your phone. Now, I'm not exactly going to read exactly what these do, but quickly go over them. So basically the first one, don't press really hard on your display because it's still made out of plastic. Second one, don't jam anything between the display because it's still made out of plastic and it's not as hard as any kind of glass display. Then we have don't put the phone in dusty areas. So sand on the beach, just stay away from that one. Don't take your phone, and that is actually being spoken non-sarcastically. Sand and the hinges in this device will not go very good together. So if you want to avoid this kind of really annoying to ear sound of like sand being crashed, stay away from it with this device. Then it gives us an info that this device is actually waterproof, IPX8, but again, it's not dustproof. And next one, don't remove the protective film that is on here. The screen protection that looks like comes applied on the device is not a screen protection, it's just a screen. Now, it's not really a screen, and I think people did remove them and nothing really happened in the new generations. But if you remember or ever seen on the first iteration or the first two iterations of the foldable displays, they did have the same kind of protection on the display, and when people removed them, the screen just kind of broke on them. And lastly, we have the magnets. So the device has magnets, and you might want to keep them away from any kind of equipment that might be affected by them. So if you have some kind of, I don't know, medical device on you that helps you live, as an example, you might not want to keep that this phone anywhere near those devices. So just keep that in mind. And additionally, obviously, hard drives, do not place it on any kind of hard drive because it will just kind of break it, and so on. So yeah, just select next, and this basically completes the setup. So there we go. That was a fairly lengthy one, but I wanted to go over a couple things that Samsung does that come with this device specifically. So yeah, but once you set it up, you can now use it however you like. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.